by welcoming our virtual audience, those who are joining us from different parts of the world online. Whether you're in transit, whether you're at home, you're in the office, you're just even in the marketplace. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing? Using the chat box online, please let us know where you are joining in from. Let us know your country, and of course, let us know your name. We'd love to hear from you. Now to our on-site audience, I think we need to do some networking activity just a little bit as we get set for today. So here's what we're going to do to our on-site audience. I'd like you to look to the person around you. Please look to the person sitting just by your side. Are you looking to the person? First one is to look to the person. And I want you to give that person a fist bump, which in local parlance we call chop knuckle. I want you to give that person a fist bump and a warm smile and tell the person, welcome to competition day. All right, give that person a fist bump and a warm smile and say, welcome to competition day. Now, to our virtual audience, you are not left out of this. There's that emoji with the fist bump. I want you to drop it in the chat box. Let our chat box start to buzz with comments from you. Would love to hear from you. Now, let me just take us down memory lane a bit. Just yesterday, we were gathered for day one of the JA Africa Company of the Year competition, the 12th one. We started the opening ceremony and it was memorable. Now, if you will recall, we started with networking, and then we went into a session of, hearing from our leaders, the leaders of JA Africa and the leaders of, JA Nigeria, speaking about Simi Wogugu and Folusho Badamosi. And then we had the seminar presentation. Does anyone remember the seminar presentation by Johnson & Johnson? The one on STEM? Did you enjoy it? All right. And then we had another one on project management. Do you remember the seminar presentation on project management? That was by PMIEF. So it was a packed day. Let's not forget, the presentation on what RISE is doing and how we can be a part of it. And then we also had games, fun. Some people carted away my prizes. If you took my prizes away yesterday, the lovely throw pillows, some of those lovely items, amazing. So we had games, we had fun, we had networking over lunch, we had networking over dinner. It was truly good. Now, today is competition day. Are you ready? I already said we should go and come back next year and take your prizes away, but I don't think we should do so. So this morning, I'd like to warmly welcome everyone. We've done that already, and I just want to say thank you so much for being a part of this program, whether you're joining virtually or you're joining physically here. And just to remind us, you can connect with us on social media. I see some of us with our phones. This is a good time to go on social media and connect with us at JA Africa. Let me give you some of our pages. On LinkedIn and Facebook, we are at Junior Achievement Africa. On LinkedIn and Facebook, we are at Junior Achievement Africa. On Twitter, you will find us at JA_Africa_. JA_Africa_. And on Instagram, you'll find us at JA_Africa. Now, when you take selfies, when you take pictures, when you write about your takeaway from this session, when you tweet and retweet, don't forget to use the hashtag Africa COY 22. Africa COY 22. Don't forget that this is such an important one because this is the first time that Lagos is hosting the JA Africa COY competition. Again, it's the first time we're gathered physically for the JA Africa COY competition since the COVID lockdown. So please tweet, flood our timelines with your tweets, with your comments, with your retweets, with all of those things on social media. We're here for it and we are happy to repost and just retweet. And very quickly, I'd like to acknowledge our event funders. I'd like to acknowledge the CEO of JA Worldwide, Ashish Advani. A round of applause, please. I'd like to acknowledge board members of JA Africa, board members of JA Africa member nations, and executive directors, program managers, teachers, chaperones, staff, and friends of JA. And of course, our young change makers. I'd like to acknowledge you, everyone who is representing 9 different countries today. I'll do a quick roll call, and I expect that as I mention the names of the 9 countries, you celebrate them, whether or not that is your country, because we are all Africans. So I'm going to do a quick call, mention the names of the 9 countries, and I expect that you're going to give it up for them very loudly. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? All right, give it up for Eswatini. Come on. Give it up for Ghana. Oh, yes. Celebrate Kenya. All right. Let's give it up for Nigeria. Celebrate Uganda. Celebrate Zambia. Come on, make some noise for South Africa. Celebrate Tanzania. Give it up for Zimbabwe. Amazing. I like the energy. I like how we celebrate one another because we are all Africans. Now, for the competition today, our young change makers will be evaluated by an esteemed panel of judges on their company report, stage pitches, 1-minute video commercial, trade fair, and boardroom interviews. Now, the company reports have already been scored by the judging panel, and shortly we'll be hearing the pitches of the team. I'm sure they're ready. And I think that we should make some noise for our panel of judges. Please give it up for all of them. All right, now is a good place to acknowledge our headline sponsors. They have made it possible for us to be here today. Please celebrate our headline sponsors, FedEx. Let's celebrate FedEx. Thank you, FedEx. Celebrate City Foundation. Celebrate PMIEF. All right. And to our platinum sponsors, please make some noise for Bloomberg. Celebrate J&J, Johnson & Johnson. Celebrate Delta Airlines. Give it up for First Bank of Nigeria. And to our gold sponsors, please join me as I celebrate Tomorrow Foundation, GB Foods, NASCON, Allied Industries, and Rise. All right, so when I come back, I would do an introduction of our panel of judges. But before that, this is a good place to take a break and hear from the CEO of JA Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as I welcome Simi Nwogugu.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Okay, then. Thank you and welcome to our 12th Company of the Year competition. Please give us a round of applause. It's been a tough 3 years, and we've had to do this competition virtually for the last 2 years because of the pandemic. So we're really excited to be back in person, to see our students again, to get them to mingle physically, to see all our wonderful judges and sponsors. This is really, and to actually host in my country, Nigeria. So please, just give us a round of applause. We had so many scares, you know, all the news coming out of Nigeria. Should we come to Nigeria? Should we move? Should we? And I said, no, we're going to have it in Lagos, and it's going to be wonderful. So thank you all for making it happen. Welcome this morning First of all, I'd like to say thank you to all our sponsors, as she just shared who they're sponsoring us, because even during the pandemic when we were virtual, our headline sponsors really stayed with us. FedEx City Foundation, Project Management Institute, Educational Foundation. Please just give them, and Tomorrow Foundation, those four. Stuck with us through the years, even though we couldn't have physical. So I really wanted to especially appreciate them. And then thank you to all the sponsors that we've added this year. First Bank, NASCON. Actually, this is the second time that NASCON, which is products from Dangote Industries. This is the second time they're sponsoring us as well. So thank you very much. Johnson & Johnson, they had a wonderful STEM session yesterday. I'm still hearing rave reviews about it. Thank you, Delta Airlines. Thank you, Bloomberg. Thank you, Rise. And I'm trying to remember, GB Foods. Thank you very much. Please give us a round of applause. This is our alum. This is the first time an alum is sponsoring. To you guys who are doing you might be the one sponsoring the. I'd like to really thank our judges. I know this is a lot to ask of you to take, like 6 hours out of your busy day. So please give our judges a round of applause. They are my good friends. They are good friends of JA, and I really, really just want to thank you. Dan Ladinana, just Sonia Ade, Adebola, Paul, Teju, and Lola. And thank you to our branded judges as well. They come with sponsorship, and so they are actually giving branded awards. So thank you. This is like your 4th time doing this, Anael. Thank you so much. Please give them all a round of applause. All the judges and all the branded judges, signature awards, everything. I'm really looking forward to who will cut away the prizes. And what we've found over the years is that, we don't have one country, taking all the prizes. It's actually been quite spread out. So I'm really happy about that, because our teams display different things. If it's Future Tech Award or if it's, Entrepreneurial Excellence Award, there are different strengths to the different teams. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys perform and impress us today. As I said to you all yesterday, you're all winners because you've won in your respective countries, and now you're here to battle for the Africa Cup. And the team that wins then goes to battle for the JA Worldwide Global Cup and $15,000. So let's put our hands together for our winners today. And thank you everyone who's come from far and near, our teachers, our chaperones, our facilitators, our staff, JA Africa, and all the different JA member nations. Thank you very much and welcome to Lagos. We've been having our Jollof Wars with our friends from Ghana, and I think we have to find Jollof that's not from Eko Hotel to really prove our point to them. But so far, they've been falling our hands. So, but thank you so much to everyone for coming, and our board members who are sort of drifting in, welcome to Lagos as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Simi. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, it's now time to meet our judges. If you look to the front row, you see them sitting there on the top table. Now let's begin with the finalist award judges. I'll mention their name, and I expect that we'll all celebrate them before we go into the competition proper. Now, the finalist award judges are responsible for selecting the grand prize, the first prize, the second prize, and the third place winners. So that's what the finalist award judges will be doing. Now, on the list of the finalist award judges, the first person is the head judge for this year. I'm talking about none other than Sonyade Okoli, CEO, Alpha African Advisory Limited. If you could please just wave. Yes, that's our head judge for the year. And next on the finalist award judges is Paul Onwanibe, Chairman Landmark Group. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Could you please wave, sir? We also have Lola Cardoso, Head of Retail Banking and Digital at Union Bank of Nigeria. We've got Adebola Williams, Group CEO at Red. Round of applause. So I'm going to call it very fast, and I know that the momentum keeps on going higher and higher. We've got Teju Abisoye, Executive Secretary, Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. We have Danladi Verheyen, Managing Director at Verot Capital Management. We have Nana Winful Finn, Regional Director, West Africa at Norfund. Thank you. Those are the finalist award judges. Now to the signature award judges. First on the list is FedEx, and representing FedEx, we have Adiola Ogunlabi, Head Marketing and Corporate Communications. We have Adiola Ogunlabi. We also have Chinedu Ndubuisi, Head Strategy and Training. A round of applause for Ifeyinwa Nwagodo, Regional Relationship Manager at Lagos Island, and Unoma Egbe Monkaye, Retail Sales Manager at Lagos Island. Also, we have from City Foundation, Lola Oyeka, Country Head of Public Affairs, Nigeria and Ghana at City. And from PMIEF, we have Anael Ndosa, a board member at PMIEF. Thank you. Now let's go to our branded award judges. From Tomorrow Foundation, now this one, the branded award judges are giving specific awards. Now for the Tomorrow Foundation Future Tech Award, we have Dennis Delepsis Darona, a board member at Tomorrow Foundation. A round of applause for Dennis. For the J&J Innovation Award, we have Nkechi Ukaiwe, a country manager at Johnson & Johnson Nigeria. A round of applause. We have Peace Olumese, local safety officer at Johnson & Johnson Nigeria. We have Chibuiz K. Uzo, medical science liaison at Johnson & Johnson Nigeria as well. And now to the Delta Airlines Social Impact Award, another award under the branded award. We have Jimmy Elchudren, Director Sales Africa, Middle East, India, Delta Airlines. A round of applause. Thank you, Jimmy. We have Selfia Emwejevok, Head of Sales Teams in Nigeria, Sky Logistics Limited, Nigeria, Delta Airlines. We also have Olubukola Rakosu, Sky Logistics Limited, Nigeria, Manager of Commercial at Delta Airlines as well. A round of applause. And we have Peju Odichko, Technology Leader at Delta Airlines. A round of applause. For the GB Foods Rising Leader Award, we've got Vincent Egbe, General Manager at GB Foods. First award for finance, we have Muyiwa Olulaja, Group Head HCMD at FBN. We have Olayinka Ijabi, Head Brands and Stakeholder Management at FBN. A round of applause. And for the Rise Award, we have Shokpe Adekola, Selection Manager at Rise. All right, so I've mentioned the judges for the finalist awards, the judges for the signature awards, and for the branded awards. And I think it's a good place to just take a pause and let us hear from the judges. Well, we can't take all of them, but we can take one person per category. So I will start with the head judge representing the finalist award judges. And then, okay, thank you for helping with the microphone. So just like to hear some comments from the judges just before we go. Just some brief, perhaps 1-2 line comments we are ready for the war, for the African Cup, as you put it. I like the way you put African Cup. African Cup. So we'd like to hear from our judges just before we go ahead.
Okay, so first is to say well done to the teams. We've seen some fantastic company reports, fantastic adverts. Really been exciting and inspiring, to be honest. And we're very much looking forward to the competition. You can see from the reports and the ads, it's going to be quite a fierce competition. So wishing you guys all the very best.
Thank you. All right, so to the signature award judges, let's have a representative from the signature award. Thank you.
All right, I was not prepared to speak, but I think I'm quite happy, first of all, to be here. This is my second time with J Africa, and it has always been very exciting. I mean, these youth actually doing a very good job, and I've read some of the report already, started some work on project management, and I'm really looking forward to see what they have to present here and to interact with them. So again, thank you for organizing all this, but also quite excited and looking forward for the event.
All right, thank you very much. So a big thank you to J Africa for doing this. And
Good morning. Thank you and welcome, everybody. The Delta Airlines Social Impact Award seeks to reward companies' corporate social responsibility and impact to the society, basically. So we'd like to say thank you to the junior achievements competition children, and well done. We've read a lot of your work. It's quite amazing and awesome. So thank you.
thank you very much. So we've heard from the judges, and it's time for the competition. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is particularly important for the participants, so our change makers, please listen to the competition structure as we go ahead. Now, each team has 5 minutes to pitch. Each team has 5 minutes to pitch, and then 7 minutes of Q&A. So you have 5 minutes to pitch, and then you have 7 minutes of questions and answer, and then the judges will be, during the Q&A session, that's the opportunity for the judges to ask you questions. We'll implore our judges to please ask one question each, not a maximum of one question each, so that, we don't waste too much time on one session before going into another. So please, we'll ask our judges to please, just make it about one question per judge. If you need to ask a question, just about one. And please, if you could please make it clear and, just for them so that they clearly understand the question, would really appreciate that. Also, there will be a countdown clock that will start. So we are going to have a timer. So as soon as you begin, the timer starts to count. And so I'll begin to announce but before that, from me to all our young change makers, I wish you all the best, and we are rooting for all of you. Now let's start with Kenya. Please give it up for the young change makers from Kenya. I think we need to motivate them some more. Please, let's give them another round of applause. Welcome.
So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Helen Zissa, and I am the president of Aquatech Company.
My name is Jedida Kiragu, and I am the Marketing and Human Resource Vice President.
I am Teresa Awinja, the Vice President Production.
And I'm Florence Achieng, the Vice President of Finance.
As Aquatech, we have done our research on the currently used methods of fish farming, that is those of digging fish ponds, and we've found that they are costly, they are labor intensive, and they require a lot of technical knowledge. In the light of this predicament, come forth our product, our portable fish ponds, PFP for short. They're not only portable, but they are foldable, collapsible, and self-mechanized. Our company aims at promoting innovation and creating sustainable jobs for the youth especially. Our product, which is the PFP, attempts at solving certain matters such as food insecurity. In my country, which is Kenya, 4.35 million people are out there dying in the need of humanitarian assistance. And who is to help them? It is people like you and people like me. Matters such as youth unemployment in my country, Kenya, counting even the youth who are educated, 4 million lack jobs, lacking a way to sustain themselves. Matters such as climate actions, this is where we bring global warming into the picture, which we caused, as a matter of fact. 85% of arid and semi-arid lands suffer from drought. All these illustrations have been given to us by our Kenyan Bureau of Statistics. Our company's vision is only to become a youth-driven aquaculture venture for decent employment and wealth creation. And I know you're wondering, why did we decide youth?
Majority of the youth in Kenya today lack some form of employment, and this is why we as Aquatech intend to use our portable fish ponds to spur an interest in the youth to indulge more in agriculture, because youth ignores agriculture is the backbone of many African country economies, and agriculture provides food for mankind, raw materials for industrialization, and also it is an income-generating activity. This is why we as Aquatech will use the route of schools, because this is where majority of the youth are. We will use the 4K clubs in Kenya, and they are over 4,000, and they have a membership of over 200,000 participants countrywide.
As Aquatech, we organized our project into 3 phases. The first phase, which is already complete, is the production of our fish ponds, which we were able to sell. Next, we are planning to go into our second phase. Our second phase, we start by supplying the fingerlings to our schools, which are our primary clients. We plan to do this using the cluster approach, where we organize the schools in the same region, in the same cluster, such that we can organize the production in a synchronized manner, so that our market can be supplied with fish throughout the year. This way of organization will also enable us to have the schools exchange ideas, hence promote the best aquaculture practices possible. It's said that if you teach your child how to fish,
Aquatech company started with a capital of $1,483 US. We managed to acquire $1,153 US through an investor, and $300 US to the selling of our shares to our members. Our capital was used to produce 11 units of our products, which we sold all of them, and the revenue realized was $2,142 US. Our product comes in different sizes, the smallest being 1 meter by 1 meter, which cost $124 US, while the largest being 5 meters by 5 meters, which cost $577 US. During phase 2, our projected revenue will be the sale of portable fish ponds and also fingerlings, and we shall also offer training services to the students, which will lead to a net income of $451 US. Due to the economic global crisis, in future we're planning to sell our product at higher purchase according to the customer's preference.
For our CSR, we visited a nearby tea plantation squatters near our school, where the conditions are of poverty and of hunger. We donated some items to them, such as mattresses, and sensitized them about our product, as we all know that charity begins at home. Thank you.
All right, so it's now time for Q&A, and I'd ask the ushers to please stand by to pass the microphones to any judges who may have questions. Please, if you have questions, we'd like you to indicate, and then we'll pass the microphone for the Q&A session. All right, thank you.
Thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask you about the side products, if you already thought about products to sell regarding the feeding and the maintenance of the fish ponds. Can you explain if you already have thought about that?
Pardon the question, please?
Yes, I wanted to know, in addition to the fish ponds, do you plan to sell services and products related to the maintenance of the fish ponds, for the feeding also of the fish?
Here, for the phase 2, the future outlook, here we'll be selling the portable fish pond. Yes, in phase 1 we don't rear fingerlings, but in phase 2 we'll be selling the fingerlings. Also in phase 1, we're not offering training services, but the future outlook, that is phase 2, we are going to offer training services, which will also charge. For example, we are going to offer training services in schools. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, any other question? Yes, please.
So thank you for the presentation. Can you tell us a little bit more about your production process for the ponds?
Thank you for the question. Our production process, first of all, we had to start with some research. We had to go into the nitty-gritty of agriculture and aquaculture to make it exact. So we decided that we are going to use the materials which we used based on their suitability to our goals. First of all, we wanted something which was good for the environment. That's why we chose tarpaulin. For example, the material which is used for the fish pond itself. We have galvanized metal on our product, which is from our local, we call them Juakali, local artisans who make the thing, hence we are able to promote them like financially. We also have filters which are able to recycle the water, so they are suitable for climate change as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and well done. My question is around your addressable market. What's the market for this product in your country? Do you see it as one that is viable? Will there be a take-up? Have you done any research to show that people will be interested in fish farming?
Thank you for the question. With our product has come at a very good time in Kenya, such that in Kenya currently we are changing our educational system from the theoretical aspect into a more practical aspect, whereby agriculture will be made a compulsory subject, and our portable fish pond will provide a platform for the learners to learn about aquaculture.
Thank you very much, Aquatech.
Thank you.
What kind of fish are you planning to deploy?
Thank you for your question. We're planning to start with tilapia because tilapia is nice. The taste, let's see. It's also very common in our country, so yes, we are planning to start with that.
And thank you again for your presentation. And I'm going to ask you around
the market size, and in terms of your projection, about how many jobs do you think you would create every year when you sell the product?
Let me take this one. Thank you for your question. Since we're targeting youth unemployment as a matter, we think that we can, it's not a thought, it's a belief. At Aquatech, we believe that we can create so many jobs for the people who we are training, for the people who we are selling to. We're selling to even, this is as our secondary consumer, we're selling to even housewives who are at home but are seeking a way to sell something. We're seeking, even, it's collapsible in the sense that you can have it for a while, you can pack it up, you can keep it. In the sense that even for us, when you're done with secondary school, before you enter the university level, you can have a small business. Everyone in our generation is seeking a way to have money because that's the life we dream of. So this is creating jobs for so many people. And the exposure to agriculture, because it is the future of our world, is astounding. Yeah.
All right, please, can you help pass the microphone over there to my right? Some judges are raising their hands.
Thank you. Can people hear me? I don't
Thank
think
you for patient. My question is around sustainability. Once a crop is harvested, what's your plan to replenish or to continue to grow the business for the individuals?
Thank you for your question. So for us, since we are the ones who are supplying the fingerlings, we're having trainings, we're having employees who are going to have doing the keeping of the fish and the breeding of the fingerlings for us. But the rest of the schools, when we've supplied, okay, according to our production plan, we have like 2 schools every month getting their fingerlings. So they produce after around 8 months, and then we supply new fingerlings for each of them. That's how we continue.
I had a question about the end of life of your ponds. So you mentioned the ponds are made out of tarpaulin and galvanized metal, and you've mentioned they will last a long time. But what happens? How do people dispose of the ponds, and is the disposal method destructive or not to the environment? Because I know environmental sustainability is core to your project. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. So for the tarpaulin, we plan to have it recycled because we are working together with other people who are interested in climate action. We also have the galvanized metal, which can be reworked into other things. For example, in school, we use boxes. They're metal boxes, so you can make a box from that galvanized metal. Yes.
Thank you. Very nice presentation. The question is, the alternative for your consumers, or your customers, I guess, is digging a manual pond. What's the cost difference if I'm just going to dig a manual pond versus paying, is it $570 for your product? And also, does that affect in any way the productivity? In other words, how many fish you can grow and how quickly they grow? Can you just tell me a bit about that?
While digging a pond, it will, first of all, it's very expensive because you first have to find contractors, like people who are going to dig their pond, you have to find the correct setup for the pond. So it's very expensive, rather than having a portable fish pond whereby you can carry it, fold it. If you want to move out, you can move with it.
Thank you very much. Please, let's give them a round of applause. Time is up. I think we should do something louder because that was good. So you want to take a bow, and thank you very much. Thank you very much, Team Kenya. All right, it's now time we've heard from Team Kenya, and I think this was brilliant. I mean, listening to them pitch like that, and they are students in secondary schools. Wow, wow. All right, yes, it's okay to clap. It's okay to clap and celebrate that. It's now time to hear from Team Zimbabwe. So ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Team Zimbabwe. All the way from Zimbabwe, here to pitch. Let's keep clapping till they get on stage. They need much more of the expression of, confidence in them. So let's keep clapping for them. Thank you. All the best.
A pleasant morning to you all. I am Tinwanga Sagona, the CEO of Hekima Inc. Hekima Inc. is a software development company we created with the aim of making education accessible and available to all. Our vision as Hekima Inc. is to be the leading provider in education-specific technologies. And our story as Hekima begins with the story of our fellow buddy, Ingutu.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ingutu Mbiana, the production manager of Hekima Inc. I found myself being a sickling from the age of 3. Dusk till dawn, finding myself in hospital beds, doing nothing but depleting hospital Wi-Fi on Netflix and games. And this got us as Hekima Inc. thinking, how many problems does the education sector face such as this one? There constantly was, this world that we live in is constantly being plagued by numerous problems. Another day, another problem. Wars, teachers on strike, and what do we know? Tomorrow there might be another pandemic. And as Hekima Inc., we decided, my buddies and I decided to come up with a solution.
Hence, we as Hekima Inc. have developed an application to help the student. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you our Study Buddy. Study Buddy is a study companion app we built to help a student study more effectively and more efficiently.
Study Buddy offers a community of teachers and students at your fingertips. From all over Zimbabwe, we hope to integrate Africa and the world at large. So how did we make Study Buddy? We made Study Buddy using 5-step human-centered design model in line with a no-code software development platform called Flutterflow. And in the production department and the project at large, we faced numerous problems. Mainly, when designing an application, people have different ideas on how they to conflicts of interest in terms of the user interface. And we decided that everything to do with the user interface will be pushed to a vote. And in terms of the project, we found ourselves facing time management problems. And as the production manager and project manager, I decided that we're going to schedule and assign all tasks in our project to individuals, and individuals unable to complete assigned tasks within given time will be penalized.
Taking into consideration students from all social classes, we found out that 67% of those students cannot afford to pay more than $10 for a study app. Those 4 in 10 do not understand English, and while the rest avoid using study apps because of the strict user interface. We have the solution. Our app is cost convenient with affordable monthly plans, basic being $2, premium being $5, and corporate being $2 per student. Our app is able to translate languages to one that's convenient to the user, and our app is user-friendly, making it easy for interaction between the student and the app. To inform the nation on what we had, we handed out flyers, we posted on our social media platforms. We also went on national television and national radio to further inform the nation on what we had. For downloads, our app is available on Google Play Store. It will be on App Store, and we're also planning to make it available on those small, affordable devices, being KaiOS.
Now tell me, what good is a business if we don't make any money? So company managed to raise an authorized share capital of $170 from issuing a total of 34 shares at a share price of $5. Now our prices within our application cost $2 for the basic plan users and $5 for the premium plan users. So we managed to sell 80 basic plans at $2 and 20 premium plans at $5, which led to a total of 260 sales made during the period. We managed to raise additional income from carrying out fundraising activities, from donations, and from investors. Our total income for the period amounted to $306. Now tell me, how can you make profit without incurring any expenses? So we did incur some expenses, and these expenses cater for production and launching our application. Our total expenses amounted to $210, which led to a juicy net profit of $96. So our company not only aims to make money we also want to give back to society and make an impact and cater for the welfare of our employees. So our company consists of 22 members. And to motivate our members, we allow them to take part in the decision-making of the company and implement the innovative ideas to help make our application a success. So my buddies and I also decided to carry out a number of CSR projects. And our first CSR project was in line with the National Cleanup Day in Zimbabwe. So we carried out a cleaning campaign. And our motto for the cleaning campaign was, no litter left behind. We also wanted to increase the number of buddies within our circle. So we decided to visit an old people's retirement village called B.S. Leon. They caters for the elderly with disabilities and that suffer from epilepsy. We spent time interacting with them and also donated food materials like bread and milk. We also realized that most men within society think that breast cancer only affects women, and that's not true. So we educated people and carried out breast cancer awareness campaign. We as Zekima Inc., we thank you.
Thank you. It's now time for Q&A. From the judges, would like the judges to please indicate by raising their hands if they have any questions for this brilliant team.
Thank you so much, Zekima Inc., for your impassioned presentation. So child protection is a big issue, right? So on your app, you are combining adults who are teachers and also young people who are under 18. Do you have child protection policies in place, or is this something you're thinking of? Thank you.
All right, so in our application, we have got the parental control feature, which we are working on as stated in our report. And we hope that children under 18 can use the app supervised by their parents.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions, please?
Yes.
Okay, the head judge is raising her hand. Please, let's pass the microphone to her. All right.
Excellent
Hi,
presentation. Thank you very much. Do you have an MVP yet?
Yes, we do. We placed a 5-day free trial for people who just want to try the application, and we are working on extending that trial period for our new users in multiple nations.
Thank you very much for the presentation. I want to also commend you on a good company report. I thought it was great how much research you did around that. In the company report, you talked a lot more about other features besides the study guide feature that this will provide. So it would be great if you can touch on that a bit. One of the things I wondered about, though, was this is a space that seems like there would be quite a lot of existing offerings addressing different parts of the issues you talked about. So how much work did you do on the competitive landscape, and what do you think then is compelling about your app besides the pricing feature that you talked about?
Okay, could you please repeat your first question?
Can you talk a bit more about the features of the app besides the fact that they will help students study? So
Right.
here you've talked about it being essentially just a study app, but I remember in the company report there was quite a bit more that it does. So it would be good for you to let the rest of the audience know.
All right, so as we did our research, we found out that students decide not to use study applications because rather than the student following the pace of the application because they have to meet a due date. So our application has first, as mentioned, language translators. So in the beginning pages, if you don't understand English, it can be translated to a language that you understand, and you can go to your notes. We offer uploading notes from different areas. So right now, you can, if you have Study Buddy, you can upload notes from anywhere, and they will be filtered because we were able to place a filter that will filter out foul language and foul information from being placed in our application. On our application, there is motivational quotes, many of them which are constantly rolling to keep you motivated so that you don't think you're going to fail. On our application, we have a small relief feature in the form of a short puzzle. We implemented this puzzle by making it one that is challenging, a study application. And we want you not to get out of your head. We want you to keep thinking hard. So the game allows you to keep invoking thought and relieve stress compiled by continuous study.
Thank you. Please, let's pass the microphone to the head judge and to,
So I
okay,
have a
one
question.
person has it. And
Yes.
then after her, the head judge and Debola Williams, please.
Thank you. Wonderful presentation. Quick question, and maybe it's a follow-up to an earlier question. I know the ultimate user is the student, and you just went through the description of experience and
packages and the corporate packages. So these are the ones we pitch to schools, the corporate packages. So within that package, you can have a feature where your parents can actually track down. I know students don't like being tracked down by their parents, right? But the parents actually track down your progress. I don't like that personally, but we have to, you know. So your parents actually track down your progress, send your reports, your marks, and all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're trying to implement into schools. So we pitch that idea so that we can improve grades. You know, when you're under maximum supervision as a kid, like for me, my mom is very strict. She's on my tail all the time. So I have to have good grades, right? And if you know that your mom wants good grades, you have to improve because she's constantly checking. So that's how we can get schools into engaging in our application, and we pitch these ideas to them. And with individual plan now, it's mostly you and the application. Remember, we said our application like a company, and all the interact with your teachers within the application. So that's how we try and implement it into schools.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Quick question, can you tell us a bit more about the source of your educational content?
We are not only targeting Cambridge. In Zimbabwe, we also have ZIMSEC. So we have a feature for uploading notes. Your teachers can upload your notes for you. You can add the students. And we also have a chat feature, so you can create study groups. That's where you can share information, you can share notes, you can share tutorials and stuff.
I was just curious. I like this idea and brilliant presentation, but I was curious on your governance. Are you all registered? Is the business registered? Are you all shareholders? Is the brand name trademarked? You know, what is your governance like?
All right, so basically we're under JA, so our company is not yet officially registered, but we are Google verified. So our application is available on Google Play Store, so you can access it anytime.
Thank you, and time up. A round of applause for them. A round of applause for Team Zimbabwe as they exit the stage. Please keep clapping for them. That was a wonderful presentation. Thank you. All right, just thought to remind us about some guidelines for the competition. We have 5 minutes to pitch. The change makers have 5 minutes to pitch and 7 minutes for Q&A. Now, if you respond to a question in a very long time, you'd have little room for more questions. So you may want to keep your responses short and straight to the point so that more judges get to ask questions that are on their mind. So maybe that may just be helpful for the young change makers. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome Team Tanzania. All the way from Tanzania. Let's keep celebrating Team Tanzania as they come on the stage. Young, brilliant, amazing change makers ready to pitch. Welcome, all the best.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. In front of you is Kibega Company, because all they need is time and connection. They also need trust. We are the trust they could get, and we are the connection they could get. How it currently works without Kibega app is that people get the reference of these Vibegas from families and friends, whereby they send them a list of things via SMS. The Vibegas have to go to the local market and shop for groceries. They meet up at the checkpoint and pay after certification. How could we link these Vibegas to people with limited time? Or how could we give these Vibegas a platform that they could have permanent customers? Introducing Kibega app, where Kibega is a digital platform that links the Vibegas to people with limited time, where these Vibegas earn a living by going around and shop for groceries for the people with limited time. Our target market are expectant mother, disabled people, and people who have a very tight schedule. We are solving a problem of unemployment to youth and the people with limited time.
Unemployment. How
do we solve unemployment? Research has it that 4.7% of increase in unemployment from 2012 to 2022 occurs in Tanzania. Despite the fact that every African citizen, or the increase of number of youth who graduate from higher education, we still have a problem of unemployment. Kibega App is a platform that creates jobs for over 5,000 youth in Tanzania. Living along that, do we really want to get development? How can we get this development? Therefore, have the opportunities to earn a living through Kibega App. A Kibega is a person who does shopping for you. Kibega is a Swahili word meaning shoulder. Kibega App functionalities include, first, a buyer is also, there are a variety of goods that a buyer is able to choose from different stores around Tanzania. Kibega App is designed using 3 programming languages, MSQL, Java, and PHP. The market size of Kibega application is over 40,000 men and women all over Tanzania.
Just like any other company, competition is inevitable. Kibega company has a number of competitors, some of them including Smart Genge and Nitume Mimi, of which all of these perform a partially similar service just like us. But still, Kibega App is the best for you. Why? I say, we say, and we believe that Kibega App will be the best for you because Kibega App is an open source platform. What do I mean? I mean that anyone qualified can be a Kibega and anyone qualified can be a seller. Comparing to our competitors, they already have a group of people that work for them that makes the rate of employment lower. Our financial position. Kibega App commenced with an initial capital of 386 USD, 373 USD from investors, and 13 USD from selling shares. Our company was never liquidated, and therefore, we forecast at reaching the break-even point in the next 12 months of operation and having the maximum generation of profit in the next 24 months of operation. All in all, Ifeanyi Enoch, Nigerian author, once said, "Teamwork is the secret to why common people achieve uncommon results." Likewise, with Kibega Company, standing upon our company values, integrity, durability, accountability, and teamwork, we see the way to success.
So what are you waiting for? Download Kibega App today and experience an ultimate shopping moment. Kibega App.
Bega kwa bega nawe.
Thank you. We'll now take questions from the judges, and I will start from the left. Any questions as we move? Any questions from the judges on the left? Okay, there's 2 hands raised. Please pass the microphone.
Thank you very much. Excellent work done so far. Very quick question. Because you're pairing people, how are you planning to verify or cross-check the people that are registered to help people with their groceries? My assumption is they would deliver groceries to people's homes. So what is the level of security that you're putting on in terms of verifying people before you onboard them to the platform?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, madam, for the question. We know that we are still peer, right? So we found a solution for this. We verify the seller, right? And the seller has the part to find his or her own Kibega that she trusts, such that when a customer asks or requests for some order, the seller receives it and assigns what Kibega will do the job. In case of anything, like the Kibega lands with the things or something, the seller will be responsible for it.
So I have a similar, well done, great presentation. I have a similar question, but maybe from a different angle. So one of the experiences people have is using this particular app, right? It's very inclusive, given the model you've described. How do you ensure quality assurance across the way and making sure that the brand and the reputation that you want associated with Kibega is also endorsed and supported throughout the network?
Thank you very much. First of all, we have a strategy that is you pay after satisfaction. After you've already received all the goods that you have ordered, that is local groceries, then you pay. So if you're not satisfied, you can delete or change the order.
Thank you. Please pass the microphone to him. Okay, please hold on for a minute.
All right.
There's one question. We'll come back here.
All right. Thank you guys for your presentation. Really liked that one. Two questions. I understand this is your primary revenue driver should be commissions, isn't it? Commissions off of the payments done by whoever it is you're serving. So what's the percentage cut that you take for Kibega? What's your own percentage from it? And how does it compare to the percentages that your competitors take whenever they have those sales coming in? And the second thing is not really a question, but it's just a suggestion. I think that it would be nice to also have as an additional source of revenue selling insurance, right? Because you can have these riders, I don't know if they're going to be on bikes or if they're going to be in vehicles like automobiles, but you can sell health insurance to them and say, you know what, you work for us now, but you need to buy health insurance from us, and then that kind of, adds to your bottom line. It's just a suggestion, but really, I'd like to know what the cut compares to, like, compared to your competitors.
Thank you so much for your question. Since we take products from the local markets, they're cheaper there compared to other shops. So our percentage cut in the application is 5%, and also we have prizes for adverts. So the local agricultural producers are able to advertise their products in our application. So that's also where we get money. And also all the beggars, all people who do this shopping have motorcycles.
To him.
Sir, thank you for the advice.
I love it. I think it meets a need. I think it's open source. It leverages on demographic dividend. It's everything. It's $1 billion business. How do you get people to know it exists?
Also, thank you very much. We have done a lot of advertising both in social media and also all around the area, because we did a beta test with the whole team of our school, Arusha Science, and all the community around there already know, and we're still doing more advertisement through social media.
All right, to the judges on the right table, please pass the microphone to him, and then we'll come to the head judge.
Thank you for the presentation. I would like to have more information about the process to list products in your application.
Sorry?
To list, to input products available.
I'll take that. Thank you, sir. So the list of products, that's what you say, right?
Yeah.
There's an interface to the seller. Every account has its own interfaces. So for the seller, there's a press to manage the product, to post what product she is or he is sharing, and what's the price for the product, the picture of the product, and where is it found, like is it in Tanzania, Dodoma, Tanzania, Arusha, all that. It's done by the seller himself.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. What distinguishes your app from other apps in the market, and why would anybody want to use you rather than the others?
Thank you so much. One of the most important is that in our country, e-commerce has not yet caught up, but it's still increasing, as in it's developing. So we are among the first applications in our country. Also, our application provides you with trusted sellers. We have track of them in the administrative panel. So there is no any kind of complaints that will come out from customers. Also, the fact that you pay after you're satisfied, then you are comfortable with what you have already bought. That differentiates us. And also in our competitions, most of them conduct one of the activities, but we do both. We connect sellers and buyers, and we also help sellers advertise both inside the country and outside the country.
No, not a follow-up. I did not, in your presentation, we didn't hear your CSR. Did you carry out one?
We actually wanted to present that in the trade fair, but we carry out 3 community development services. One is Kijani and the Level, which means sustainable green, which teaches primary students on how to reuse, reduce, and recycle principles in conserving environment. Also, another one is Mama Shujaa, which means a strong mother. We educate women in Tanzania on education on health matters concerning different kinds of traditional practices like early marriage, female genital mutilation, and give them a guide through their pregnancy period.
Or Team Tanzania as they take a bow and exit the stage. Well done. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a quick guideline from the head judge to our esteemed judges. Would appreciate if you please keep your questions straight to the point so that it doesn't eat into the time for the young change makers to answer. So if the questions are very short, they have enough time to respond. Thank you very much. Now I'm about to invite a team, and just before I bring up the next country, I heard that we are having another competition apart from this one. So after we have this African Cup, we are having the Jollof Wars. And would please ask our judges to please stay back, because the country I'm about to invite is one of the principal contenders in the Jollof Wars. Now, thankfully, we have one of our sponsors, GB Food, that's made available Gino Real Party Jollof Tomato Mix for us. And so everybody has a chance to do well in this competition. So you've got the Gino Party Jollof for your Nigerian rice. You've got it for your Ghanaian jollof as well. So after this, we're having the competition at dinner. Please wait behind for the competition after competition. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, please welcome all the way from our sister country, Ghana. Come on now. Recognize Team Ghana.
Good morning, everyone. I'm in the person of Ajimani Oba Persila, the CEO of Sexolink JA. I'm here with my team, and they are
Kuseja Millicent, the Vice CEO.
Sapia Sabatina, the HR.
Yaboila is the Secretary.
We are fervent to brief you on our innovative product which is about to hit your market very soon. Do you know that 2.4 billion people worldwide still cook using solid fuels such as coal, crop waste, charcoal, LPG, and kerosene in open fires and inefficient stoves? Out of this, 3.2 million people die prematurely from diseases attributed to household air pollution caused by the incomplete combustion of solid fuels stated above. The traditional methods of cooking involve lots of stress, waste time, and money used.
It is in the light of these problems that Sexolink JA produced the solar stove, a faster, convenient, and a stress-free cooking solution. Our solar stove is made up of the solar panel, the solar charge controller, the switch, the battery, and a cooking plate. Now, let me tell you how our products works. Our solar stove uses solar panels, which harnesses solar energy and converts the energy into electrical energy. Cables from the panel are connected to the charge controller and also to the battery. And the battery fitted in our product is expected to get charged and can be used in the absence of solar energy. Now, let me give you 4 major reasons why you need to get one of our solar stoves before you exit this auditorium today. First of all, our solar stove is smokeless, therefore reduces air pollution that may cause diseases. Secondly, our solar stove operates using a renewable source of energy and as such saves lots of money as compared to the other methods of cooking. In addition, unlike electric stove, our solar stove can still be used in the absence of electricity. And lastly, our solar stove is portable and can be carried everywhere and even for travels. Isn't this wonderful?
Yes, it is. The targeted customers for our product are students in the tertiary level and young people. Our total addressable market is the entire population of university students in Ghana, which is about 547,000 students. Out of this, we seek to service 40% who are students mostly in schools where gas stoves are not allowed and electricity cost is expensive. Our solar stove costs $70.92. And to our customers who cannot afford to make a one-time payment, do not worry. Sexolin JA has you covered. A flexible payment plan will be given to you. That is, you make a 50% upfront payment of the total cost, and the other 50% would be spread out on a monthly installment within the period of 6 months at a 20% markup.
Cost-benefit analysis. If a user purchases our solar stove, it takes 4 years before the battery is replaced. In that same period, $500.51 will be spent on charcoal. $408.51 will be spent on charcoal, $500.43 will be spent on LPG, and $213.24 will be spent on electricity. This is even before the cost of the coal pot, the gas stove, and the electric stove. Now, the unit economics. The selling price of one solar stove is $70.92, less production cost of $49.65. So you obtain a gross profit of $21.28, less expenses of $3.55. So you obtain a net profit of $17.73. We are excited to announce that 2 of our solar stoves have been sold.
Our go-to-market strategy involves university campus outreaches, where we showcase our products so that students will appreciate how it works. We want flyers to educate the public on the need to purchase our products.
So we don't only make money, we make a change wherever we go. And so let's talk about our corporate social responsibilities. Firstly, our products create employment. Secondly, the methods adopted in producing our products are environmentally friendly, and with this, protects the environment, consistent with SDG 7, affordable and clean energy, and SDG 13. Lastly, we organize cleanup exercises to sensitize people on the need to purchase our products, because as the saying goes, a healthy nation is a worthy
Our
nation.
future plans, Sexolin JA 6 to upgrade our product and produce more portable solar stoves in various sizes. We are excited to announce our partnership with Eko Hotels and ICs, 2 prominent organizations in the clean-up cooking space in Ghana, who aid us to refine our product for mass production. In the next few months, we hope to partner with Clean Cooking Alliance and the Anzija Prize to get both funding and distribution channels.
We are bent on realizing our dreams.
For Nolan Bushnell said,
the true entrepreneur is a doer, not a dreamer. Sexolin JA.
Innovative solutions
at its best.
Thank you.
Come on now. Come on now. The true entrepreneur is a doer. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for questions from the panel of judges. I'll please ask our panel raising their hand if they have questions. Again, this time around, I'll start from the right and then move to the left. All right.
As for this one, Ghana Jollof is superior. I have to So great job, ladies. This was very good, very energizing presentation. As the one comment, the one question would be, as you look at the plans you have going forward, what are you most concerned about this business?
We are mostly concerned about our environment. We want to cause a change in our environment, because the unclean fuels that we use mostly pollute the atmosphere. It causes climate change and lots of problems. So we, Sexolin JA, aid at preventing these climate changes and then making the environment friendly for all of us.
Okay, you pass the microphone to him, and then afterwards we come to him.
Well done. Great energy, great presentation, good job. I'd like to know how you intend to convince people to use your product versus the traditional ways that they currently cook, as it were. How do you intend to convince people, and why have you only been able to sell 2 so far?
Well, we will make posters and flyers so as to educate the public on the need to purchase our products. And also, we will tell people more about the harmful effect on using dirty fuels in cooking and other stuff.
And then to add up to, when you purchase our product, it takes 4 years before the battery is replaced. But when you purchase like coal pot, gas stove, and then the electric stove, you have to refill it anytime it's exhausted. Thank you.
Very much. Please, can you pass the microphone to Debola? And then we move over there. There's one microphone with you. Please pass it. Thank you.
Just a quick question. Brilliant presentation. Do you have a goal of how many of this you want to sell by in maybe 5 years, in 2 years? You know, do you have a big goal to say by so and so time you want to sell 1,000, 10,000, you know?
Yes, please. We have a big goal. We want to sell lots of our products because it's friendly. And as my sister said, it's cost saving. It saves lots of money. So if we win this competition, which is the COY, we are going to use our monies, our fundings, to invest more into producing more of these solar stoves because we know you are all interested by now and you want to purchase it. So that's it.
Oh, wow, she's even pitching to us. Yes, please.
You're actually right. You got us interested at this pitch way more than when I read the company documentation. This pitch was awesome, awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing you at the trade fair. Question, what happens when you need to maintain the equipment?
Please, our solar stove is made of a box with a solar stove on it. Yes. So if you purchase our product, when cooking,
Okay, let me add up to what my sister said. Please, the question again.
Maintenance of the equipment.
Okay, so basically everything about our solar stove is made of steel. So it's easy to clean because steel, we all know how steel works. It's easy to clean, so you don't need any skills for maintaining it. Yeah.
Okay, please let's move over to the judges on the left table, starting with the extreme end. All right, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Very, very wonderful presentation. So my first question is, I have two questions. My first question is, when the solar panel has charged, or when it's not charging anymore, how long is the battery life? So if it hasn't been charged by the sun, when it has charged, how long does this battery last? So the person knows how long cooking time he or she has. That's one. Then two, I also had the same question one of the judges asked, and I don't think you really got the question. He asked what's your target. He was actually asking your financial target. So you should have a goal, a financial target that you want to achieve with your sales.
Thank you.
Please, the battery lasts for 2 weeks when it's recharged. The battery will last for 2 weeks for you to use for your cooking in the absence of sunlight. And then again, our financial target, yes. We are hoping to partner with our partners, that's Clean Cooks, and then Eko Nexus and other partners. And even the audience here who are interested in our product can even sponsor us and also invest in our product.
All right, thank you.
Yes, so a quick one from me, and I asked the Kenya team this as well, is for a company that is so focused on climate change, the environment, again, have you thought of the end of life of your product? So you have some high-grade materials you're dealing with, like batteries. So once the batteries have fulfilled their life, so 4 years, what happens? Is it just thrown into a junk pile or, to burn and cause more, pollution, or what do you have in mind? Thank you.
Okay, so when you purchase our battery and then it runs out or it's not functioning anymore, we have a plan. We want you to bring the battery back to us because these batteries, if they are not disposed properly, it will also cause another climate change. So you bring this battery to us and then we give you another one on a discount, and then these batteries, we are going to use them to recycle them and then use them for another product.
We are also going to dispose it at, we have a big place at Accra called Abogloshi. So we will dispose the batteries there.
All right. Please pass the microphone to her and then to the head judge. Okay, please go ahead.
So, well done. How did you arrive at your pricing? Because from your cost-benefit analysis, it seems like there was room for you to have priced it, charged more for it, and your margins are therefore slimmer than one would have expected.
Please, at first, the product was expensive, but we have made some changes. As the battery we used, we have changed the battery. Now we use a lithium-ion battery, which is cheaper, but doesn't undermine the quality of the product. And it's also lighter in weight to reduce the bulkiness of our product. And then also some other materials, which are also not necessary, have been removed. That's why the price is cheaper now.
Thank you. All right, we've got only about 17 seconds more. Any questions? I'm not sure they can respond in 17 seconds.
Can you take my question?
In 6 seconds.
Let's wind down the clock.
All right, so a round of applause for Team Ghana. All the teams did not come to play, and Team Ghana was not an exception. Amazing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next team I'm about to name as they make their way off the stage. Thank you very much. Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, now it is time. Are you ready? It is time for team. Now, before I mention the name of this country is bordered by the famous Victoria Falls. I'm talking about Team Zambia. Make some noise for Team Zambia. Here to fight for the African Cup. Please let's keep clapping till they make their way to the stage. All the best, Team Zambia.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are Moxie Sanitary Sports Enterprise coming from Lusaka, Zambia. Our vision at Moxie Sanitary Sports Enterprise is to see a fashionable and comfortable society, whilst our motto is
Ever fresh, always free.
Who we are, I'm Audrey Moya, Public Relations Manager. As Moxie Sanitary Sports Enterprise, we discovered that sanitation has become the most important aspect of our daily lives. There are places of sexuality that need special attention. We researched on how girls and women in our country, Zambia, were coping, and we found that sanitary pads are a major challenge for them. Since the ones sold on the market, they're very expensive and does not last long. Girls attending have to miss classes because they only have one sanitary pad that they cannot reuse. So we came up with a reusable sanitary pad to help solve this problem. Our vision is to see a fashionable and comfortable society, ever fresh, always free.
We saw an opportunity in it and came up with two products, the reusable sanitary pads as well as the egg and sports vest. So coming to reusable sanitary pads, so these pads are comfortable and leak-proof. We made them using simple materials, cotton, fleece, as well as interpolyene. They have good absorption and produce them locally at a very low cost, and they are also used as clean-pit bandages. Coming to the egg and sports vest, so its main purpose is for carrying personal items, and we made it in the shape of a strapped vest. It's also suitable for everyone. It doesn't matter the age. We made it using these materials, cotton, elastics, and the waterproof tent. It has accessories, or let me say the things which are there. There is a phone carrier, it has compartments, and a first aid kit. Not that as a company, we only have these two products. We also have other products, and these are recycled soap, fashionable breast pads.
Our target market in State Lodge area in Zambia are the girls and women of menstrual aid and arthritis. The pads are priced at 8 kwacha, while the vest is priced at 100 kwacha. Advertisements are face-to-face, group promotions, social media. The pads are packaged in a small washable bag. Our product is unique and not previously available on the market. Our product is branded Everfresh Sanitary Wear.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you look with me to the screen, you see our income statement for the ended 31st August 2022. Since we started trading, we spent $752.94 on sales. Then we had a gross income of $508.82, which was our gross income. Then we had expenses amounting to $263.53. Our retained profit was $335.29. Now, for our balance sheet, we had 55 shareholders contributing about 35 kwacha, which is approximately $1.76, which accumulated about $97, plus the additional capital that we accumulated, which is $298. Altogether gave us $391. So plus the retained profit, which gave us a total of $726 US, which is our assets as cash in hand. Shows large demand for our products, and continuous diversification and development of our product was a challenge for us, and the production of manpower. Then from there, we also had issues having a certificate from the Zambian Bureau of Standards. We needed their approval so that we start trading. But also had some successes. We won the second place 2022 Junior Achievement Competition. Then we also successfully launched all our products. Then we created a WhatsApp group, endorsed ZAB's approval. Then we also plan to do more. We plan to diversify into more products, create a website, create an app to help. So, our pads are packaged in 3s and 4s. So if someone were to buy, they buy a pack, which will contain at least 3 or 4. So meaning if the person were to be using the first one in the morning, then she can use the other one whilst the other one is being dry cleaned. Right. Or washed, sorry.
Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, please.
Great presentation. I understand that one of the products you sell are sports vests, isn't it? Do you guys have this moisture absorbing technology embedded in it? Because certainly, if someone is going to pay that much for a vest, then there has to be some sort of, functionality embedded, to it. So is it currently, a feature of that vest, or are you looking forward to add it? And if that's the case, if you're looking forward to add it, how do you plan on, raising the funding for that? Thank you.
The vest is in progress, and for the funds, we've got other who are joining in, and we're selling some other products to fund for the vests. And we've got shareholders, apart from within the school and within the team, there are also people in the communities that are interested to have shareholders in our company or to buy shareholders.
Thank you. Yes, please.
Yeah, so thank you. Concerning the reusable sanitary pad, we know that hygiene is a very important aspect of the period when a lady has a period, right? So do you have like a quality test in terms of microbial infection when it is not properly cleaned, and maybe specific instructions on how to wash the sanitary pad and all that? Like, so what kind of quality check was done to show what's the standard method of care for the sanitary pad?
So for that one, as we went to ZABS for the approval, that's why we had those tests. And then for the consumers, we usually offer just a short training as to how these pads should be washed, how they should be hanged, and how they should be stored.
To her, and then we move over to the table on the right.
Good presentation. My question, you have three, at least as of now, you have 3 products in your portfolio. Where do you expect the most growth, right? Because you talked about the vest, you talked about recyclable soap or recycled soap, and then you talked about the sanitary ware. So where do you expect your growth when you look at the portfolio?
So for the growth, I could say we've gotten a very...
Thank you. My question is, you have 3 products,
and you mentioned multiple or other products. What do you think about consolidating what you have, improving quality before moving to additional products? How does that, what's your growth strategy?
Okay, you want to answer that quickly?
All right. So on that one, with the growth strategy, since this was a trying company, we were trying out for the 2021 year. We thought, okay, let's try this product and see how we do best. So after we saw the positive response, that's when he said, all right, we'll do better now. All right.
What's your CSR?
For our CSR, we had about 60 sanitary usable pads donated to the vulnerable
Time
people.
up, time up. I would have loved to hear that, but time is up. Please, let's give it up for Team Zambia. A round of applause for them as they exit the stage. Thank you. Let's not get tired of inspiring them with our hands put together, please. I mean, these are amazing young people who have come all the way and are standing boldly in front of this crowd to pitch. These are teenagers. Let's celebrate them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the next team I'm about to invite is the most populous African country. You already know who I'm talking about? Now, this country is known for its friendly and warm energy. I'm talking about none other than our host country for the 12th COY. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I invite Team Nigeria. Please, let's keep clapping. Let's keep clapping, Team Nigeria. Let's clap for Team Nigeria as they make their way to the stage very quickly. All the best.
Let me tell you a story. This is the story of Esther. Esther is a girl who lives in Makoko, and she doesn't go to school during her period days because she cannot afford the normal sanitary pad. This is just Esther. Imagine other girls living like this. Did you know that in 2021, the Minister of Women Affairs said about 37% Nigerian women and adolescents cannot afford the normal sanitary pad? And in 2018, UNESCO made a report that said 1 in 10 girls in sub-Saharan Africa miss school during their menstrual cycle. Apart from all this, it takes a normal sanitary pad 250 to 800 years to decompose because of its plastic and non-biodegradable components. These are one of the problems we have identified in our society, and we've decided to solve them. Good days, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oloyo Alimat. We are here to represent Nigeria. Our company is called Green Apex. Green Apex produces sanitary pads called Biozen. Biozen sanitary pads are eco-friendly and biodegradable. There are 2 types of Biozen sanitary pads, the reusable and the disposable. With me here today to elaborate more on our company are
Yomi Sikiru Habiba, the Public Relations Officer of Green Apex.
My name is Alison Aisha, and I'm the Assistant Marketing Manager of Green Apex.
I'm Folami Misiolua, and I'm the CEO of our company, Green Apex.
Our company, Green Apex, focuses on building a sustainable solution to the environmental and health problems. Our vision is to be the topmost manufacturers of eco-friendly hygiene products, and our mission is to use biodegradable materials for the production of our sanitary pads. With this, we implemented SDG 3, 10, 13, and 17. And for our project management, we implemented the 5 steps of managing projects, which are initiating, planning, executing, monitoring and controlling, and closing. We are a company. Also, let me introduce you to RAM. RAM means Responsibility Assignment Matrix. This helped us to divide our males and females into teams for greater efficiency. Though our product is made mainly for females, males were also able to bring in ideas that help for the progress of our company. We're a company of 33 members, 12 executives, with Ms. Folami Misiolua as the CEO.
In the production of our biodegradable disposable sanitary pads, the banana fiber was cut into smaller pieces after extraction and boiled with other raw materials to make the absorbent layer of the pad. This was then layered with other materials to make the pad. In the reusable sanitary pad, banana stems were turned into sheets, rinsed and compiled with other materials. Our product has been dermatologically tested, and it showed to have a pH of 5.5, which is perfect for all skin types. The company also conducted a survey on people's complaints and recommendations about the pad. These were taken into consideration during production. We marketed our products through digital marketing. We used video content, affiliate, social media, and influencer marketing. We also went to shops in our community to further promote and drive traffic to our products.
Green Apex is a share-based company. We sold 70 shares at the rate of 1,000 naira each. We also set up 3 fundraisers in our school to make up our capital. We sold 82 of our normal sanitary pad at 500 naira, which is about $1, and 92 of its mini packs at 250 naira, which is about 50 cents. Green Apex made a total revenue of 179,800 naira, which is about $400, and we made a total income of 157,080 naira, which is about $350. Green Apex is in partnership with Pad Up Nigeria, Basic Clothiers, Yem, Talk Shop, and ISL Sick Bay to help us reduce costs, increase sales, and reach the public better.
For our CSR, which can also be called Spark, our sensitization programs to schools in the as well as old people homes, and through this we're able to reach over 400 females. As any other company, we faced a few challenges while trying to grow our business, one of which is the unavailability of capital-intensive machineries, and as such our team had to undergo some labor-intensive techniques, which was really time-consuming. But through this we're able to employ labor to assist us in the extraction of our banana fiber sanitary pad. Our goal was to create a more improved version of our biodegradable banana fiber sanitary pad, make it reusable and better for users with heavier flow, and we were able to achieve this in less than a month. Our main source of raw materials is gotten from our partnership, which is a farmer, which is a mutual relationship, because while extracting the banana fiber, the remains can be converted into fertilizers, which is beneficial to the farmer. Green Apex has a long-standing commitment to be the topmost manufacturers of biodegradable products, and we don't just want to limit our production to menstrual hygiene. We want to expand our markets and make our customers available to many other products like biodegradable cutleries, biodegradable toiletries, and many more. So join hands with us as we save the environment while fighting period poverty.
All right. Thank you, Team Nigeria, the second contender for the Jollof Wars. Now it's time to hear from our panel of judges. Questions, please. Yes, please. Let's start with the right.
Thank you for a good presentation, and in particular, huge congratulations on this. Very impressive that we can see the product. I wanted to find out, so a lot of the time when consumers hear about green alternatives to traditional products, they assume the functionality will not be as good. So here you might think it won't be as absorbable, etc. How do you plan to address that? And then second, I'm not sure if you touched on this somewhere, but I don't remember. How do the costs of this compare to traditional sanitary pads?
Can I answer the first question? For your first question, thank you very much for the question. Our sanitary pads are made with banana fiber, and research shows that banana absorbs 50% more than regular sanitary pads, which are used by cotton fiber. So the banana fiber absorbs more blood, which is beneficial to females and will help them reduce costs, because you don't have to change it regularly. Though we have to maintain hygiene, like you have to be clean while doing that, but it absorbs more, which is good for the users.
So how will you convince the user of that?
Okay. Through our please catch it.
Okay. We advertise to people. We show them. We've gone to schools to show them our product absorbs better than the normal sanitary pad. We've carried out experiments to people to show this is good, and we've had people recommend our products to other people. For your can you repeat your second question?
How does it compare in cost?
Okay.
Okay. So we had a comparison with why our sanitary pad is better than the regular sanitary pad and rags and tissues and other more that people use when they are menstruating. Our sanitary pad absorbs better, it is cheaper, it is eco-friendly, it is biodegradable, and it is economically friendly. So when we compared it, our sanitary pad is obviously better than using tissues and bags, which is one thing that they use in rural areas.
And the price comparison is a normal sanitary pad. If you buy a pack of 2 inside, it's 200 naira, but ours is 3 inside, and it's sold at 250 naira. The reusable sanitary pad lasts for 6 months. So if you buy 1 pack of sanitary pad, it can last you for 6 months.
Brilliant job, guys. Tell me, which one is this one? Is this a reusable or the disposable?
It's on the package.
But which one is it? You give it to me. Just tell me. Which one
If it has a blue lining on it, then it is disposable.
It's at the front of the...
So reusable. Okay, so my question is, how do you reuse this, please? Can you tell me?
Direction
it's thick,
of...
so do you wash it?
Yes, direction of use and mode of use is written on the pad. But to use it, you soak it in water before you use it. Warm water, not hot water or cold water. Soak it in water. Then you wash it with mild detergent soap and air dry it or sun dry it. That one.
Also, just to add to it, our product leaves no stain. So some people may be wondering, oh, it's reusable and you wash it, and we're dealing with blood, so it might leave stain. But this is another benefit of our product. It doesn't leave a stain if washed according to the instructions written on the package.
Forgive me that I have one more question. Do you all use this yet?
Yes, we are.
Excellent. A round of applause.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions from the judges, please? Any other question? We've got about 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Please, let's pass the microphone to her.
Well done. Quick question. I think in the presentation you mentioned a dermatologist had essentially endorsed or supported. It would be good to know whether you have any other supports or endorsements from medical practitioners or dermatologists or associations of that sort.
We are working on giving the product to NDLEA to examine it and endorse it for us, so everybody knows it is certified and it is good for use. Yes, ma'am.
An excellent work going on right there. My question is, how do you scale up, and what kind of partnerships are you looking at to help with distribution?
Please, can you explain scale up?
Scale up. Are you going into partnership with any manufacturing company? You mentioned that there's limitation with equipment.
Okay, for the processing of the banana fiber, that is where there is an issue. So with funds which come in, we have opened a savings account where we're saving our money to buy the banana fiber processing machine, which will help for faster production.
And to add to what she said, we visited the VC of Unilag, and she is interested in sponsoring us and adding to our product. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Please, any more questions?
Just a comment. I'd like to say thank you for the presentation and thank you for the handouts. First, thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, please let's pass the microphone to Paul.
One question. So you're talking about buying a machine for ease of production. How will that affect your price point?
I don't think it will affect it.
It would affect it, but the increase in price would not be an exaggerated increase in price. It would be a minimal increase in price. The price could go up from 250 to 300. And because we now have a machine to make it, production will be faster and we'll spend less money on producing manually. So it would also reduce our cost by buying a machine that can be used over time, unlike labor that gets tired.
Good presentation. Does the product have a shelf life?
Yes, 6 months.
6 months.
Thank you.
6 months is for the reusable one.
The disposable.
It
can stay for a year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
amazing Team Nigeria. It's now time to invite for their presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Team Uganda. Welcome.
Greetings from City Mall, Texas JA Company. I'm Namawanda Brenda, the Managing Director.
As well, Emmanuel, the Production Manager.
Nations Mebo Emmanuel, the Finance Manager.
We came up with this business idea even before the company was born, and this was due to the idea of improving communication in our school. In terms of production, we deal in a Wi-Fi, trolley, drone, 3D virtual reality, and a wireless charger. From the marketing manager, the uniqueness of our product is that they associate with labor cost effectively, are modern, fast, convenient, entertaining, and no personal contact is needed. According to Meeting 2, company bylaws were formulated to have a common goal, and achievement has been reached on due to teamwork and hard work put up. Publicly, we consider the society very important, so we teach them about the dangers of cervical cancer and also open up social media accounts to ease our marketing. Thank you for listening.
After the second meeting, when the brainstorming of the business idea was over, we produced After the second business idea was over, the production department started a beer gear. In March 2022, we produced 7 drones, each at 200,000 shillings, Ghana shillings, but we hardly sold until the prices brought down to 112,000 shillings, which attracted many customers. In this department, we use raw materials such as wood, plastics, and different electronic keyboards to make our products. Like any other company, we face challenges like high transport costs, internet costs, and
a fixed time schedule in our school.
And our guiding motto is
teamwork plus hard work equals success.
After the second meeting, we brainstormed about the business idea. Then we conducted a business survey in our society. We got various ideas from our potential customers. This gave us momentum to continue with further production. We started our first project of producing Neptune Space Master drone and Little Boy trolley. This gave us funds to continue with other important aspects. We use posters and business cards to get in link with our customers. Marketing our first products was a bit complicated since our customers always complained about the high prices. Then we resorted to cheaper raw materials like papers, plastics, and we also bought low-price raw materials from Nassau Road. This helped reduce our production costs and also helped widen our market. We also used the opportunity of internet, whereby we also made our own Wi-Fi to link our products further. I'm also standing in as the finance manager. Our company journey has been a success compared to a 9-month-old business. Our company began in January 2022. It started with the $57, which was contributed by 5 members who paid it in installments. It later hit $286 with inclusive of new shareholders. Our major sources of capital are shares, though we also get it from facilitation manuals and current facilitations about the dangerous disease called cervical cancer. From the income flow statement, our sales are $1,000. This shows that our products have a bright future. This is due to their uniqueness. Our gross profit is $605, and that is from the income and expenditure statement, and our total assets and total liabilities are equal. That is from the balance sheet. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Team Uganda. It's now time for Q&A from the panel of judges. Please pass the microphone.
We would have loved to hear more about the product in your presentation. We can't drill down to which product it is from your presentations on stage.
Our company is called Sitmautic Stars JA Company. When you hear the word mouth, it means we deal with very many products. To mention, we have a drone, the Wi-Fi, 3D virtual reality, and wireless charger, plus a trolley. It is remote controlled.
From your
question about your Wi-Fi. Who pays for it? I know you did mention that you get the Wi-Fi from the environment in the air. Can you explain a little bit about your acquisition process of the Wi-Fi?
That Wi-Fi, we used the board, board Nano, and the Chair of ICT helped us in programming some of the codes.
And it's free of charge because in our country a new curriculum was introduced, so we felt that there is need to introduce free data bundles. Since we students, we couldn't afford those amounts of buying data bundles every time. It's very costly. So we came up with that idea of innovating a Wi-Fi.
Okay, so let's move to the drones. Is there a practical application for the drones? How do you envision the use of the drones, and who's your customer?
Okay. Drones have very many uses. One of them is that they are used for entertainment, not only to young kids or children, but also the youth are also interested in those drones. They are also used to capture photos, videos. They can also be used to spy, like in those who are infested areas. It may be very risky to send there your soldiers, so you may just use a drone since it's remote controlled.
Also, those drones, like in areas affected by severe diseases, where nurses and doctors cannot easily reach, you can send that drone with a specific treatment and it takes it to the specific place you want it to go.
Okay, thank you. Please pass the microphone.
You talked about the fact that you have multiple products, and you've touched on that a bit. Why these products? Are there any synergies between the products you've chosen in terms of either the resources you use to get them to market, to produce them? Well, you're not producing, but to source them. How are you thinking about how these products are related, and why this particular set of products?
All our products, first of all, are technological. Why? If I talk about a Wi-Fi, it is technological. If I talk about a drone, a trolley, 3D virtual reality, and a wireless charger, all of those products, as you hear them, they are in terms of technology. First of all, that 3D virtual reality, it is used for entertainment. A drone, it's also used for entertainment. A Wi-Fi, for communication, wireless charger, it is also used in our common life. All our products are technological, and that's why they vary.
To add on, as you know, this world is all about technology, science. There is those traditional life is almost getting over. So it's all about science, technology. That's the life of today. That's why we, the young nation, we have come up with that idea. We hope to continue with the further innovations.
Please pass the microphone to her.
Very, very quickly, you guys have done very good, taking part. But clarify for me, you're not manufacturing, you're retailers? So you're taking people's products and selling, or you're manufacturing the products?
We are manufacturing the products.
You manufacture Wi-Fi or?
Using local materials. For example, wood, plastic, and waste materials from our environment.
We ourselves, we are the manufacturers.
So it will be helpful, well done. It will be helpful to understand who your target customer is. So you've had a few questions around which products and why. Who are you targeting to give you feedback or to buy these particular products and why?
Okay. Now our first product is the Wi-Fi, and we have hope, or we target schools. As I have already explained that in our country, a new curriculum was introduced, so there is need for Wi-Fis everywhere, since we are encouraged to make a lot of research, so there is need of a Wi-Fi. Then for the drones, we hope, we target military centers, everybody can buy. Then artillery, in offices, you don't need the office messengers. It can do all that to car pens, papers.
Sorry.
Just to double check, do you produce, you make the drones yourselves?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
How many have you made
We have 3.
that you've made?
Yeah.
And how long did it take to make one?
Okay. In fact, I cannot tell you the exact time. But as you know, it's all about trying. So you can say that they are like 3 months. Yeah, it takes time, innovating, trying, and fails. You try again, it fails.
Or you have 3 drones that are working now, that you made, that are
No,
working?
we have we have brought on one, then another one. It's just showing the steps we follow, yeah?
So let me help you here.
Yeah.
Everybody's struggling with your value proposition. They're inventors. They're not producers. They're inventing things, different things. Yes, for someone else to produce.
Thank you, and that's a good way to wrap up. A big round of applause for this amazing team, referred to as the Land of Beauty. And of course, they have the largest lake in Africa. You want to take a bow as you take your exit from the stage? Thank you so much. You want to take a bow? Thank you very much. Please, a round of applause for them. A round of applause. Well done. Well done, Team Uganda. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to introduce a team that is joining us today virtually. Now, they would have loved to be here physically, but because of circumstances beyond their control, they're not here physically, and they're joining us virtually. Can you take a guess? Can you guess which country I'm about to introduce? This country has 10 World Heritage Sites and has 3 capitals. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us virtually, they can hear us, they can see us, so please make this round of applause very loud. Welcome, Team South Africa! They'll be pitching to us virtually. Over to you, Team South Africa. Right, so we're waiting for Team South Africa, and we just want to sort out all of the technical parts of this so that we can hear them and see them very clearly. Now, before that, these teams have pitched. They've said a number of amazing things. They've had innovative ideas. We've seen them come up and speak to a crowd, and they just exhibited so many great qualities. And so it's now time for us to, maybe it's a good time to hear from our panel of judges, and I would encourage young change makers who are here to please listen, because our panel of judges were selected, from among people who are doing very well. These people have a lot of experience and they have ideas that they will tell you. And if you had to pay to consult them, you will pay a lot of money. But thanks to J Africa, we got them here and we will take their counsel free of charge today. So I would like to take a few words from the panel of judges, just speaking generally to the change makers. You've heard them pitch. You want to talk about certain things. Now is the time as we just, wait for Team South Africa to get ready for the final pitch. So please help pass the microphone. Perhaps I want to start with the head judge. Do you want to make any comments? And then, thank you. Please take your seats, ladies and gentlemen. Take your seat and ask the ushers to please help nudge our distinguished guests to take their seats. J.A. Africa. All right, let's fuel change makers, but let's take our seat first. We'll do that, but let's take our seat first. Thank you. Amazing. Let's take our seat, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a seat. Thank you. So may I ask the ushers to please help me out, help me nudge our guests to please take their seats. Thank you. Thank you very much. Fueling change makers. All right, let's do that on our seat. Let's take the chant on our seat. Please let's get back to our seat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Now I know that we have taken lovely pictures and lovely videos for social media. Please, you have enough of those pictures and videos in your phone as I do. There's so many of them, and I'm having to buy space and buy space. Stop keeping them on the phone. Upload them right away. So please, that picture you took, put it on social media right away. Let's post. Let's bring out our phones and post those pictures. Let's post on Instagram. Let's post on Twitter. Those lovely pictures you're taking, we need to post right away. Post right away. Please bring out your mobile phones and post. Don't forget to tag us on LinkedIn. We are at Junior Achievement Africa. On LinkedIn, our name is Junior Achievement Africa. Please tag us. We want to like your post. We want to engage with you. We want to repost. Please tag us at Junior Achievement Africa. Now on Twitter, you'll find us at JA_Africa_. Did you get that? Should I say it again? On Twitter, when you tweet at us, please say write at JA_Africa_. 2 underscores for Twitter. Now for Instagram, JA_Africa. Please, don't forget to mention us. Don't forget to tag us. We want to be a part of it. We want to retweet. We want to like. We want to comment. We want to take the news about the beautiful things that JA Africa is doing beyond the walls of this room. We want to take it to the world. And you can help us do that. When you post on Twitter, when you post on LinkedIn, when you post on Instagram, on Facebook, and across social media platforms. Now use the hashtag Africa COY22. Again, the hashtag to use is Africa COY22. I trust that our young change makers, the Gen Zs, will tag us. I trust that you would mention us. I trust that you would use the hashtag. And our amazing guests, I trust that you would talk about the amazing work that JA Africa is doing on social media. And if you know the name of the person who is seated beside you, and I believe you should, if you haven't gotten their name, please get it now. Don't forget to tag that person. Mention that person. Find that person's name and mention that person so the person can retweet, and we keep spreading the words about the amazing work that JA Africa is doing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going into the trade fair. But before the trade fair, it's time to take a pause. It's time for a break. So we're having coffee break now. And coffee is going to be served, and some snacks will be served upstairs. To my left, that's to your right. Just go upstairs. The ushers will be there to guide you. And you're supposed to be there. Immediately, we close here. And by 1 p.m., so coffee break is for 12:30 p.m. All right. Now, the trade fair is going to begin at 12:30. Coffee break is for now. Pardon me. The coffee break holds now. We've had a long time of listening and sitting and, listening to those speeches. It's time to stretch our legs and get something, to eat and to drink. So please go upstairs as soon as we close and get some snacks. And then by 12:30, the trade fair is going to be open. But the trade fair is open only for judges by 12:30. It will be open to them. And then afterwards, when the judges are done with the trade fair, we have the boardroom interview. The boardroom interview is for the finalists only, the finalist judges, and that's going to happen afterwards. So when the trade fair, the first session of the trade fair is for the judges only. Afterwards, it will be open to the rest of us so that we can go in and buy and support and see some of these products. I was very happy to see a team that brought their products physically. And I know that other teams have their products here. So you want to support them. You want to bring in your own little contribution to say, well done, I believe in you, I support you, I'm rooting for you. Go into the trade fair and go ahead and support them. That's after the trade fair for judges only. So we have the trade fair. After the trade fair, we have the boardroom interview. And does anybody know what's happening tomorrow? I think it's important that I mention what's happening tomorrow. At 6 p.m. West African time. After all this, presentation and pitching and talking, we're going to be letting our head down. We're going to have fun. And we're going to find out, very importantly, the winners of the competition. So you want to come in tomorrow to clap. You want to come in tomorrow to celebrate. And you want to come in tomorrow to just have some fun. So 6 p.m. tomorrow, we have the award. We get to find out who walks away, which team walks away with all of our prizes. Now it's time to close, but we cannot close without celebrating JA Africa. We've celebrated the 9 countries. We've celebrated ourselves. We've celebrated the people beside us. And now it's time to celebrate JA Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, let me give you a few seconds to get your hands ready. Because this is a thunderous applause. We're going to give it up for JA Africa. Are you ready? Are you ready? I see somebody telling someone beside him, shift, I need to clap. Now is my time. This is beautiful. And JA Africa needs to be applauded. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Give it up. Make some noise for JA Africa. Come on now. Woo. All right. Thank you so much. It's been an honor to host this event. My name is Temi Badru. See you at coffee.